Mac Jones is a quarterback out of Alabama. And I think most importantly is that on tape, I cannot find a reason to not draft him. If that makes any sense, there's no bad habit, there's no bad trait, there's no horrible flaw that would scare me away or give me some big red flag. I think the only real criticism you can make of Mac Jones is that the dude might have had the best supporting cast we've ever seen in college football. I mean, NFL players at every single position around him. And I've never watched a quarterback where I've never seen anybody throw to receivers who were more wide open in my entire life than Mac Jones regularly had. I mean, guys that were alone for 20 yards with nobody around them. It's just unbelievable. I literally kept writing, I can't believe how wide open that receiver is. So I wrote that over and over and over again when I was watching film. And that's just not going to happen in the NFL. So I do wonder what's going to happen when Mac Jones lines up in the NFL in the shotgun and doesn't have an automatic win against every matchup against an NFL defense. We can't predict what's going to happen there. But also what you see on film is there's no awful decisions. Like go watch Kyle Trask for Florida. There are so many moments watching Kyle Trask that are just boneheaded bad throws into double or triple coverage. You don't see that from Mac Jones. If there's any one thing you could possibly maybe critique or be concerned about is that I think there were times where Mac Jones forced the ball to Devontae Smith rather than pass up and, throw the ball to other people or maybe more wide open. But also, it's kind of an empty thing to accuse him of because it was usually justified with Devontae Smith posterizing somebody and making a catch or making a big play. So you could even say, he forced the ball to Devontae Smith, who caught the ball, every time. So it's a weird criticism. There's not a lot you can say, this is the problem with Mac Jones. I said it before, I'll say it again. I watched film trying to poke holes. I'm what's wrong with Mac Jones? Why would you not want to draft him? And I couldn't find one. I watched, I just couldn't see anything like that. Mac Jones has got a great arm, probably the second best arm in this quarterback class to Zach Wilson. He's a very natural thrower of the football. He can manipulate his arm angle based on, if he's trying to get the ball out quick or if he's trying to get the ball up and over a defender. And he's really good. He's super, super accurate. Got a cannon for him. The dude can launch the ball and stretch the field vertically very, very well. He can process things very, very quickly. He beats blitzes by throwing the ball. If you blitz him, he's like, hey, no problem. Going to sit in the pocket and make you pay by finding the weakness of the defense or finding his best matchup against man coverage. Now, Mac Jones is not going to run the ball for yards. He's not a quote, running quarterback. But Mac Jones does move very, very well within the pocket. There's a play against Auburn where he feels the defender behind him, steps up in the pocket, throws a corner, I think to his tight end for a touchdown. You're like, that's just an unbelievable play with a dude having incredible pocket awareness and ability to feel defenders around him. And it's kind of insane how much Mac Jones on film looks identical to Matt Ryan. It's very, very weird with the mannerisms, the mechanics. They look weirdly similar on tape, Mac Jones and Matt Ryan. Now, I would love to see Mac Jones in Denver, working with Cortland Sutton, Jerry Jeudy, Noah Fant, KJ Hamler, Tim Patrick, Melvin Gordon, Albert O, a great offensive line. I think if there's any one team in the NFL that's got the weapons that could maybe be similar to what he had at Alabama, which is weapons all over the place, it actually is Denver, who also does need a quarterback. Is Mac Jones going to last long enough for him to get to Denver? I have no idea. But I feel pretty good about Mac Jones in the NFL. I think he'd do well in Denver. He's got a huge arm. He'd do well in the cold. However, if Kyle Shanahan, the 49ers head coach, really, really loves Mac Jones and the 49ers pull the trigger and take him with the third overall pick, I would trust that. I think it would work very, very well. His ability throwing the ball, his habits, his decision-making. Mac Jones could also do very, very well in San Francisco. So I think Mac Jones is a franchise quarterback. He reminds me a lot of Matt Ryan. I am really enamored with these guys who can move around and make big plays running the football and extending plays. Mac Jones is simply not that. But I think Mac Jones also has a lot of NFL habits and is going to do very, very well in the NFL.